Okay, so today we're doing 2.4 operations with integers, also known as order of operations. Here are the order of operations right here, PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or parentheses, exponents, multiply and divide, add and subtract. I am underlining multiply and divide together and add and subtract together because those operations go together. You do whichever one comes first from left to right. So let's start with example 1. We need to look for parentheses. I'm going to underline my parentheses. Now, some of you are saying, why didn't you underline -4? There is not an operation or some problem inside the parentheses. That is just there so that the plus and the -4 don't get mixed up because you have two signs next to each other. So just like we've been talking about in class, when we have subtraction, you keep the first number, you change the sign, you change the second number. So I'm going to rewrite the whole rest of the problem, bring down my times, and then 2 plus -10 is -8 plus 8. Okay, now I look for multiplication and division. I have some right here. So -13, -4 times -8 is 32. And since we have an even number of negatives, it's positive 32 plus 8. -13 plus 32, those signs are different, so we need to subtract. Do my work over here. That's going to give me 19. So I have 19 plus 8, which is 27. Okay, that's the first one. So let's go over here on to question 2. Question 2, we do not have any parentheses, we do not have any exponents, we do have multiplication. So I'm going to rewrite the rest of the problem. And your work should look just like mine, have as much work as I have, not just an answer, or you're not going to get credit. 9 times 6 is 54. Okay, now I have addition and subtraction left, and we start from left to right. So 14 plus 8 is 22, minus 54. Again, it is a subtraction problem, so we keep, we change, we change. So 54 minus 22, that is 32. And since we have more negatives, it's -32. All right, I am going to pause and have you try number 3 and 4 on your own, and then I will come back and go over them with you. Okay, so for number 3, you should have gotten -26. Your first step is parentheses. -25 minus 5, you need to change your sign, so keep change, change. I get -30. -30 divided by 6 is -5 because I have an odd number of negatives. -5 minus 21, again, keep change, change. We get -26. For number 4, 3 plus 3 is 6. So then I have -14 minus 6 times 2. 6 times 2 is my multiplication, so that's my next step. So I have -14 minus 12. Again, it's a subtraction problem, so keep change, change. And now that I have same sign sum, I add them and I get -26. Okay, so I'm going to scoot this up. Now it says Angela is making a paper box using a piece of rectangular paper. The dimensions of the rectangular paper are 9 inches by 12 inches. To make a paper box, she cuts 4 identical rectangles from the corners of the paper. These cut-off rectangles are shown in the diagram on the right. What is the area of the paper that remains? Okay, so what we are doing is we are going through and we are going to figure out, it says to find the area of the remaining paper, we need to take the area of the original paper and we need to subtract the area of the 4 cut-off rectangles. Okay, so the area formula for a rectangle is length times width. Okay, so let's see. Area of the, I'm going to put OP for original paper. The dimensions are 9 by 12. So we need to do 9 times 12, which is 108. So this is 108 inches squared. Remember, area is units squared. Okay, now each one of those triangles is the same. So the area of the, let's call it area of the 4 rectangles. Okay, again, the formula is length times width. And let us see, if this whole side is 9, and this piece is 3, 9 minus 3 is 6. That means each one of these pieces together, 6 divided by 2, this has to be 3, and this has to be 3. Okay? If this whole piece down here is 12, and this piece is 8, 12 minus 8 is 4. 4 divided by 2 means each one of these little pieces needs to be 2. Now, since we have 4 triangles, we're going to take whatever our formula is and multiply it by 4 because we need to remove each one of these, and there are 4 of them. So the area is right here, 2 by 4. So 4 pieces that are 2 by 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24 inches squared. Okay, let me scoot this up a little bit so we have some more room. So if this is the total area and this is the area of the 4 pieces, it tells us we need to take those two values and subtract them. So we need to do 108 minus 24. So that's going to be 74 inches squared will be your area of the orangey colored piece of paper. Okay? All right, so in class tomorrow, we will go over order of ops again and do a couple word problems. So have a great night.